And what I think one of the concerns is that the VA has established a self-imposed goal of getting people into the system in 14 days. That's pretty ambitious. That's more ambitious in general than the private sector. And I think there are places around the country where they simply do not have the resources to accommodate the fact that 2 million more people have come into the system in recent years. And I think some people may be cooking the books to make it look like they're accommodating people in 14 days.
This is much larger than the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Like what?
Well, you've got an entrenched bureaucracy that exists out there that is not held accountable, that is shooting for goals that are not helping the veteran. The person that's supposed to be served is not the bureaucrat, it's the veteran.
I would be remiss if I did not ask you about the current problems in the Veterans Administration.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is outrageous if the allegations actually are documented and proven, and I suspect some of them will be. They've got to be held accountable. I think that Rick Shinseki has made it very clear that they will be held accountable. And then,
including him, if
yeah, of course. I mean, at some point, the chief executive, the chairman, whoever it is, has to take responsibility for the entire organization and its performance.
Senator Blumenthal, I want to start with you. You're a former U.S. Attorney, former Attorney General in the state of Connecticut. You have said that the Justice Department must get involved. Why hasn't it, and are you, sir, outraged that the administration has yet to put Department of Justice investigators on this case?
I believe that the Department of Justice has to be involved. I've urged Secretary Shinseki privately, and in fact publicly, to request and involve the Department of Justice. We're talking now about evidence, credible and specific evidence of criminal wrongdoing across the country in more than 30 places. The Inspector General of the Veterans Administration has only 165 investigators. Plainly, more resources are needed. Only the Department of Justice and the FBI have the resources, the expertise, and the authority to do a prompt and effective criminal investigation of the secret waiting lists, potential destruction of documents, falsification of records, in effect, the cooking of books and covering up that may have occurred. These are allegations, but there's evidence to support them. We're not rushing to judgment, but the Department of Justice can convene a grand jury if necessary.